Hello. Come on in tonight. We're going to be connecting with our guides. This is going to be a very special night. So get on in. We'll do a teaching and then we're going to do a little bit longer of a meditation tonight. So we're going to be connecting with our guides. So if that's something that you have been having questions about or wondering, how do I connect with my spiritual guidance? What does this mean for me? What is spiritual guidance? What are guides? How does it even work? Does it work with my belief or my values or my personal experience? So connecting with guides is for everyone, whether you're a spiritual person, whether you are a religious person, whether you are neither and you identify strongly with a relationship with one guide like Jesus, this is for you. Guides are particular to us. And not only can a really strong teacher be a guide, but we can have loved ones, animals. Guides are so important. So come on in, get in a comfortable place. Mary, this is for you. I wore it I remembered just for you and Jeff. So my family's been giving me a hard time that I always forget to wear my ring on video. So here I am wearing it. And it's beautiful and I love it. Thank you, Jeff. So come on in, we're going to connect with our guides tonight. And sometimes we get messages for our physical health, our path, our journey. When we learn to be in our bodies, to drop in completely into our bodies, then we can be connected. And there's a common thought or belief like, oh, I'm just not a connected person, or I'm not one of those super spiritual or connected or holy people. That's not true. Actually, having guides is your divine birthright. Our soul, right? We're co-creators with God. We partner with God and we're like, all right, God, this is how I see it. May not be how it is on the other side of heaven, but this is how I see it. We're planning our life to earth and we're sitting with God and God's like, okay, you're going to go do this earth thing and you're going to learn a lot about me. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about being a human. You're going to have this human experience, but I'm not going to leave you alone. Guides are like our ability, our messenger, kind of the medium, the inner rim to connect with God. So when we're going through something in our life and we feel like we need answers, we need healing, we need direction, connecting with our guides, and they're so eager. I did this exercise that I'm going to lead us through yesterday with one of my teachers, and every time it just blows me away. And different guides, different people come in. You can have guides that are new to you. You can have guides that have always been there, but your guides are always with you. So usually really a common and comfortable guide to think about is an angel, right? So if you feel kind of giddy at the thought of angels or you resonate with the thought of angels, they're a really common guide that like to come in. Yesterday I had an angel, I had one set of grandparents, I had my dog who's actually living, and it was so funny. The teacher was on in the meditation. She's like, your guides are so excited. They're getting so excited to come in and connect with you. And I look out the window and my husky, who is the dog that came in for me, she's like, pounce, pounce, howl on the deck, and there was nothing. She wasn't playing with anything. She just got up and spontaneously did that. So sometimes animal spirits can come in and talk with us, and in my opinion, connecting with our guides is one of the most holy things we can do. So there's alternative rhetoric to it and a common question. So I'm going to go off of the questions that everyone sent in. Yes, Jeff Woolley. The questions that everyone sent in from my Instagram stories. And one was, if you connect with guides, can you connect with demons? And that is so common of a question, right? It's not common of an occurrence. Here's the thing. You are a master creator of your reality. And the first thing is, if you don't feel safe getting into a meditation or being led into prayer with someone, if you don't feel safe, don't do it, right? But the second thing is, are we going to open ourselves up to bad energies if we open ourselves up to our guides? No. You are the creator of your reality. You are the chooser of what comes into your field. And if you start with a prayer and intention and say, I'm connecting with my guides and I only allow in the highest beings. I only allow in light. I only allow in Jesus. I only allow in angels. I only allow in loved ones. And I only allow in those who have my highest intention in mind. Nothing's going to get through your field. I have never had it happen. I've talked to people who have had it happen, and they will always tell you I was afraid and I didn't feel powerful over what I was connecting with. So if you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel secure, it's a time to work on that. And I always recommend working with someone if that's how you feel. Don't go at it alone, like working with a medium, a shaman, a pastor, someone that you feel safe with, who you look up to their connection and you trust them, right? Okay, so guides, how do they communicate with us? Our bodies, we have to fully be in our bodies. So we've talked about in previous teachings how trauma and chronic illness can prevent us from wanting to fully be in our bodies, and that's why we don't feel connected. Even if you're at the height of your chronic illness, right? Even if you haven't touched a lick of the trauma stored in your body, you can connect with your spiritual guidance. You will tonight, right here, right now. I've done this hundreds of times with clients. I will lead you to your guides tonight. The Spirit will come through me and will lead us to where we need to go. Okay? Happens every time. So first thing is you get to choose to believe if you're connected or not. Second thing is to think about your body. Your body is this portal, is this vessel to our guidance coming in. And our guides, whether it's an angel or a loved one or an animal, whatever is speaking to us, will use our body to talk to us. Okay? So yesterday, for example, first thing that came in, I just started feeling all this love for my dog, and I could see her face, and it was just like the warmest feeling in my heart. And she was just saying, like, your intuition led you to me, and my intuition led me to you, and it was just this beautiful unfolding. So she came in, and then we'll move on to our next guide, and I feel a pulling on my left arm, and very, very subtle. Guides are like a gentle breeze. You're like, was that a breeze, or was that my imagination? We get to choose to trust, right? So if you're feeling your body being pulled or tugged, just lean into that. It'll be so, so subtle. So our bodies, they are the vessel which this energy is going to come in. And so it's like telepathic charades, right? Guides Spirit sends this energy through our body, and it's our job to decipher what it is. So sometimes this is how I see our guides doing this on the other side, right? They're like, show her a knife, show her a mango, show her a green drink. This is what she needs to make to heal her body. Show her crops. So like yesterday, my grandpa, we were doing yard work yesterday, and he was showing me crops. And I was like, why is he? Because he was a farmer. So I'm like, why is he showing me crops? I'm not going to plant crops. But what it was led to, after he was pulling on my arm and had messages for my mom, he was showing me, because we were planting vegetables yesterday and crops, he was like, I'm going to be here. And he showed me himself walking around our deck, watering our vegetables we planted, taking care of them. It was beautiful. And how you know this is real, how you know connecting with your guides is a real thing, is because it begins to change your life and change the way that you can show up, change the way that you trust, change the steps that you make. So if you have any questions now about connecting with your guides or something that you want to share, go ahead and put it in the comments below. And then something that I want to do after this, so when we end, a lot of times we'll have someone come on who needs a reading. You can tonight if you want. Or if you feel like this might not be anyone. I have a feeling that this may pertain to no one. But if you feel like there was a static connection or the other end of the landline phone was dead tonight, then I want you to come on and we'll help you. And I'll help you. Here's what happens. A lot of times we're not even realizing the tiny, gentle, subtle signals that our guides are giving us to connect with them. And it usually takes another person to be like, so like for me being a medium, I'll feel into that person. I'll be like, what are you feeling in your left foot? And they're like, oh, there's kind of something going on. And then we're guiding and being pulled there. And then through that, they'll be like, oh, okay, I do feel that. And then they're led to their guide. Okay. So if you have any questions about connecting with your guides, I think I covered most of what came in. Go ahead and get in a comfortable place. I recommend sitting up. So I'll do this in my yoga classes. I know some of you who are on know this. This is my favorite pose to end in, with like 2 blocks and a bolster propped up. So like a semi-reclined position. I'm not reclined at all in this position, but a position that you can somewhat recline in and get comfortable. So go ahead and get there. And make sure we quickly covered everything. And this is going to be a little bit longer of a meditation tonight. All right. So go ahead when everyone's ready. If you can hit double tap on that heart. So I'm going to wait till everyone feels like they're in a good place. Double tap on those hearts that let me know that you're here, you're ready, and then I'll go ahead and get started. So take your time. 1 second restroom break if you need. I see you, Jeff. Show her mac and cheese, Jeff style. I'm waiting for that mac and cheese when I get done here. So yes, once you're ready, go ahead and double tap. Thank you. I see you guys. I know that you're ready. Awesome. I'm excited for this. And then one thing I want to add is try not to judge who your guides are, who you see. It might be someone who you don't even perceive as like a holy spiritual person, and or let's say spirit, and they come in. So just let them be there and release any judgment, any attachments, or any criticism to your experience tonight, okay? All right, let's begin. Just notice where you're at, and you're sitting in a comfortable place. Notice your breath moving through your body. Take a deep belly breath in. Exhale, let your breath fall. Noticing your body as a vessel, almost like a shell for this consciousness, this light, this infinite energy that lives in your body. Some of you might feel a little headache coming on, like you're running out of breath. There's a lot of energy coming through. Feeling this in my body. Try opening up your arms or spreading out your legs like a starfish, or however you can take up space to fully surrender to this process. To let yourself receive whatever it is that you came for. There's no coincidence that you're here. You will be met with your guides. You will receive answers tonight. Take a deep breath in with your heart's knowing. Exhale, sigh it out. First, notice your feet. Notice if there's any tension in your ankles, your toes, even your arches. Slowly wind the feet around in a few circles, flexing the toes like you're stepping on the gas pedal, working out any kinks in the feet. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, feel the calf muscles, the kneecaps, your quadriceps, and your hamstrings. Everything in the lower legs fall heavy. And just here for a moment, notice the ego mind, the thinking mind. Notice her voice, where she might judge, she might doubt, and just allow her to be here. And another deep breath in. Exhale, choose your sovereignty, your power to believe. Make the choice right now to believe in your connection, to believe what's coming in, that you're here for a reason, that I've been guided to this topic for a reason. That there is no coincidence, and that you're here to connect tonight. Take a deep breath in. Lift your belly button up towards the ceiling. Exhale, let the belly button fall towards the back of the spine. Feel your hips root into the earth. Really grounding yourself in the lower half of your body, feeling that connection to earth. Taking a deep breath in, feeling the crown of your head open up, connecting you to heaven, to the other side, to your guidance. Exhale, let the shoulders and the shoulder blades fall. Feel any tension in the palms and the wrists. Anyone who's clenching, a few of you. Let go of any grip, any tension in the forearms, the hands, the jaw. Remember, there's nothing you have to do to receive your guides. You don't have to increase your frequency, wash away all your mistakes, or have been practicing as a super spiritual person, meditating for 20 years. They say, although that would help, you're going to feel your guidance tonight. Notice the flutter in your heart, excitement in your chest, and a little bit of hope coming through you. Some of you, as you sink into this deeper brainwave, might start to remember little bits and pieces of your dreams from last night. That's well and good. It means you're shifting into a deeper brainwave. Starting to see colors, textures, images, shapes. Without judgment, watching the kaleidoscope of your pineal gland, your third eye. Do its dance and remain active. Bring the middle finger of your dominant hand up into your third eye, the space right between your eyebrows, and start to press gentle pressure right in between the eyebrows. Noticing any color changes, and then release. Good. And notice, just bring one finger gently onto the eyeball, and notice when you press on the eyeball, you see color and light changes, okay? Now bring middle finger back to the third eye, space between your eyebrows. Pressing here. Noticing you see a little bit of shapes or color or light changes. Let go. See that same difference? Third eye, visual eyes, both have receptors to the brain. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, trust what you see. Bring your fingertips to your earlobes, attuning that sacred connection. Trust what you hear. Bring your fingertips to your heart space. I trust what I feel. Fingertips to your belly. I trust what I know. And you can wiggle your nose a couple times. I trust what I smell. That's another way that your guides can communicate with you. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, release your weight onto your surface, really leaning in to the surface that's connected to the earth, supporting you, feeling your body being supported. A lot of you will be getting guidance on next steps. So asking your guides to come in now, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. You might see or feel their presence come in through the door. If anyone's on a yoga mat, they're around your yoga mat, your bed, your couch, sitting with you on the floor. Notice the left versus the right side of your body. Notice which side feels a little bit more alive, a little bit more tingly. Notice if you feel a pull on the left or the right side. Just focusing your attention now where you feel that. Acknowledge your first guide is wanting to make a connection with you. And if you feel ready, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, imagine your energy field opening like a door. There's a portal here, and allow your guide to step into your energy field. Notice how your body responds. Allowing your guide to show you, speak to you, having a moment of communication here. For one of you, this message is for you, a hot air balloon. Colorful, lifting up. There's an older gentleman showing me a hot air balloon. Maybe reminding you of a time you've had with them, an adventure they want you to do. They have a mustache, a little bit more gray hair. Take that if that's for you. Allow the experience that you're having to be the most real thing in your world right now. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your attention back in your body. Back to your hips, back to your chest, back to your head. Encouraging your guide to continue to play out their charade, to connect with you, to talk with you. Tell them, yes, I do hear you, I do see you, I do feel you, I do know that you're here. Talk to them. They are equal beings. They are not more holy than you. They're not more powerful than you. They are messengers. They are bowing to be in your presence. As you are carrying out the work of being a human and they get to help you, they're overjoyed in that. So your heart rate pick up a little bit. And then ask your guide straightforward, I need a sign. Pay attention to your breath, your body, and my voice. If your mind starts to wander, if you get scared or nervous, you won't feel anything. Good. Allowing this first guide to wrap up what they came to give you today. And if you're feeling like I'm not seeing or feeling anyone, how is your body feeling? A feeling of peace and quiet is connecting. So giving this first guide a loving gesture, a hug, a bow, a grateful embrace. Allow them to leave out your energy field, again through that portal. Most of you, I think, left side is what you're feeling. You're going to walk out the left side. And they're just going to sit back. They're not going to leave the room. They're sitting in this circle with your other guides. Now, coming through the center and front door, your next guide walks in. They are an energy. You are feeling energy. You're attuning your senses in your body to feel energy. This one might be a little bit harder to pick up on. And there's nothing you need to do, so don't strain. Think about waiting for a butterfly or a dragonfly to land on your nose. Increasing your breath. want this guide to walk right up in front of you. Allow them to get in your face. Someone seeing this message, there's the soul of a baby, little baby boy. So let that be the confirmation if that's what you were feeling. Let that be your confirmation. Yeah, lots of tears. I feel that. Just because loved ones, babies, grandparents, brothers, sisters, moms, and dads cross over does not mean they are separate from us. They are away from us at all. A lot of times our guides are better communicators on the other side in soul form than they were in human form. And that's because, listen to them, they're like, I don't have the baggage, the ego, the wounds, the fears that I carry around. I will share something on this at the end about my experience. Yes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Spend a few more moments with this guide, this energy. Remember their energy. They're giving you, showing you energy. Pay attention to your belly, into your head. And they're about to make their way out through the door they came in. This guy wants to deliver a message about your physical body, your health. A very practical, tangible message. Some of you might be seeing a food like tomatoes. Just very simple, straightforward, one thing. Let that be enough, what they give you. They're saying if you journal about this, if you write on this, you will get more answers. Okay, their energy is beginning to leave your body, so just open that portal. It's like your 12 o'clock. The first guide came in at like your 9. This one's at 12. Or if you're feeling something different, I'm not the end all be all. You are feeling your experience, but collectively, the 12 o'clock. Yes, okay. So thank them, a loving gesture, embrace, a bow, a hug, a kiss, a tear. Good. Take another deep breath in. For a minute, just close off your energy field. It's just you here in your field, okay? So close the doors for a moment. Your guides, they'll wait. They observe and respect free will, so they're not going to just come in unannounced or barge in. Feel into your body. Feel into your breath. A lot of you might be feeling a lot in your head. It's very common. And there's one more guide who wants to come in. About at your 3 o'clock, your right side, or maybe more like 1 or 2, a little bit above. I feel it above my right shoulder. Where is it for you? Where do you feel a knocking on your energy field? Take a deep breath in. If you're ready, let them in. Let their energy flood you, your body. Remember, you have the choice to believe if it's real for you. Allow them in. Allow them to sit right in front of you, even on your lap. Maybe you feel them touching you, your face. Hands in your hands. It'll be energetic, not physical. Everything in this world is energy. Energy is the only thing that's real. Ask this guide why they came to visit you tonight. Tell them you're listening. Notice they're inviting you to a practice, a daily or weekly practice of sitting with them. You can always catch this replay. Work with this audio. Continue to feel what your guide is feeling, showing you. Trust what you see, you hear. Take a deep breath. Good. Allowing this third and final guide to finish their messages with you. People are always in a hurry. I have time to respect guides. I'm sorry. Allow them to start to walk towards their exit in your energy field. They promise they will see you. Lots of hugs and gratitude. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let them fully leave your energy field. Observe where you're at in your field, your body, your breath. How you're feeling. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Roll your shoulders back and forth. And start to come back to the room. Come slow. Maybe take a stretch. If you felt something, saw something, heard something, even if it was stillness and dark, go ahead and tap the little heart. If you want to share, I would love to open up the comment space so that other people who are getting new or felt that they getting new into this or felt that they felt something too can see what came up. Okay, so this came in as important to share. When I was saying that, so while you guys are typing, I'd love to hear as much or as little that you want to share. So go ahead and comment, type, and then if you feel like you need support with connecting or you want a personal guidance to work with your guides a little bit more, I'll bring one person on. So when I was saying that guides are better communicators because they don't have the ego and the humanness, like if you have a loved one that passed away, this can happen. This happens all the time. There's somebody who passes away and they come in an energy healing session and both I feel them and the client feels them, and there's this like loving, awesome person on, in spirit form. And a lot of times we're like, wait a minute, you weren't like that when you were here, right? It can be really hard to accept that energy from them like that. And yesterday, both of my dogs were a part of my guidance, and I was just seeing how they're like so much like me. Like they're both, I have these two dogs and they're like yin and yang. They're me in so many different ways. And what they were showing me is how much Jeff loves them and like loves them so much. And then they were like, he loves them as like some of the energy, like he has like a deep love for these dogs, and they haven't been his dogs his whole life, like they've been mine. And it was the message coming through was Jeff loves them. They're pieces of you. He loves them because they're dogs, but he loves them because they're your energy without the ego, right? So as humans, we're imperfect. It's like you can be listening to a teacher or like a spiritual teacher or an artist or even like people who are into sports, like football players, and you love their craft. You love what God is bringing through them. Like they're a writer or they're a medium or they're an artist or they're a football player or whatever, and you just are like, what they create is so beautiful. And then you get a hold of their humanness, you're like, ugh, they kind of suck. I thought I liked that person. You love them in spirit form, and that's okay. And so knowing the dichotomy of like, wow, I really love what this person creates, or I really love their teaching, or I really love their healing, but sometimes as a person, not so much, that's part of it. Okay, so I want to read through some of these. Lots of energy in my hands. Well, you heal with those hands, girl. I was very peaceful and tingly. My last guide was a blue dragon full of wisdom. I love that. Dragons and fairies are a thing for guides. It's not all angels and Jesus and Mary, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, why those are guides who will actually absolutely come in. You can have archetypes and figures and different creatures that we might not see walking around on planet Earth. I had energy in my left hand too, almost like my hand was being squeezed. I couldn't move it. That's perfect. That definitely a loved one. I feel for you. If the hot air balloon or the baby, this might be for someone who catches the replay, because in the quantum field there is no time, so they'll give me something that's for future. I would love to hear from you if either one of those were for you. I would love to hear how that speaks to you. Jeff said, I love Lou and Woollypotamus. They are my number one girls. Thank you, Jeffrey. Al on the left side, paying attention to my deep feminine. Is that shadow maybe? Trusting the mysticism. I love owls. Owls are huge. Outside of my left lower leg felt really cold. So look at everyone's bodies are like lighting up, and whether you're like, oh, I saw all my guides and now I cracked the code to the human experience. I have all the answers I'll ever need. You felt something, your body, and it is giving you that clue, and you take that next time and you work with it, and then that pulling or that energy leads you to something else. I promise you, it starts just as like these comments of something physical. I saw the two guides I knew before. Yes, I know who you're talking about, but I actually met a new one for me tonight. Dragonflies have been a thing since the first retreat. It turned out to be part energy form of my third guide. When I was saying like a dragon, like a butterfly, usually I say wait for a butterfly to land on your nose. I saw a dragonfly landing on the nose. There's lots of dragonflies in Yelapa where we do our spiritual medicine retreats. Wisdom. Mine was my 4-year-old self. Lauren, would you give any, that resonates really strongly. Will you share anything that the 4-year-old self had to say or wanted to share? Our inner child, our higher self, our future self, parts of us, pieces of us, versions of ourselves will come in. I'll see when I wasn't in this role, when my guides are really trying to get me into like a spiritual healing role, I was focused on just nurse practitioner, just food, like, and my guides are like, Jen, energy, mediumship, this kind of role. They would always show me myself in this like coral dress and this like headdress of like herbs and vines as like a healer. And now I get what they were saying. It was kind of cheesy and made up at the time, but they were like, this is the role we're trying to get you into. So 4-year-old self, future self, higher self, absolutely. I felt archangels and my grandparents. I love that. Ancestors came in and there was something about yellow flowers, but wasn't sure what the message was. Okay, so a lot of you will get, yeah, I think there's something special there. A lot of you will get like images, like I was seeing like a tomato and a mango for someone, but I know I was talking about mangoes earlier. So for someone, take that image, like the yellow flowers, and then write it down, and just like your guides can talk to you through automated writing. And I think we'll do a workshop, comment or double tap if you want a workshop, an energy healing live on automated writing, on how like you can become, think about consciousness, energy comes through the head to the heart, your arm, your hand is an extension energetically of your heart space. Writing is how I get the most guidance every single time. So if you have a symbol come in, write it down right now, write what you're seeing, write what you were feeling as it was coming in, and then do more on it later. And then maybe we'll do automated writing next time. That might be fun. Okay, I was thinking of my grandpa and got air balloons yesterday. Yesterday you saw air balloons, or you like purchased them, like a ride, or it was something coming up? I was definitely seeing hot air balloons. It was like one of the first things that came in. Can you repeat what you said about quantum field? Okay. So there's no time in the quantum field. Like at the end, the guides that were on like the 3 o'clock, the right side, when I was like, okay, well, we got to kind of wrap this up. They were like, oh, you humans and time. Like, you guys are always in such a hurry. But they don't have time where they're at, right? Like in heaven, like on the other side, whatever resonates with you, where we come from, there is no time. We live in a third dimension. Things are more dense. There's time and space. Like, you have to be here, and then you're here, and then you're here. It's not like that. Like, you could be, it's kind of crazy to wrap our heads around, and I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but I've felt pieces of this in meditation when literally there's no time. So what can happen is when I'm getting like messages or seeing things, it could be for someone 2 years from now who's going to watch this replay, and it will be relevant because it was for them, but there's no time like on their side. And then there's actually some research studies that show this, in that people who were, it gets really confusing, and I'm going to butcher this, but if you want the study, comment, and then I'll try to find it and I'll post it in my story. Prayer now, like say we did a research study on like prayer, and I don't know how they did this, but it was very factual. Like, people praying now for a group of people in the hospital changed the past and the future. The way they tracked it like blew my mind, and I had to listen to the podcast like 3 times over about it. But it was showing the quantum field, like prayer in the past either changed the results now or vice versa, or the future. It was crazy. I'll find it. Because now I want to know. I always associate hot air balloons with him because of a convo we had when I was young before he passed. It resonated with me, but wondered if it was for multiples of us. I feel for you, girl. That's awesome. Okay, about the 4-year-old little girl. Every time I see her, only says it's not your fault, and she holds my face. Was that the middle? You'll have to tell me. Was that the 12 o'clock, the straight on guide that came in? Like, so, some of those were just like all up in your face, and I could feel just like holding your face. Or maybe she was for all of them. I saw a triangle. I've been reacting to tomato sauce lately, so I wondered if that was for me as well. I do feel I need to journal about this too. I'm coming to your house for that one. Yeah, come on over. That'd be fun. The last one. Okay, that was the 4-year-old was the last one. That would actually be really fun to do this in a group, and then also have like it be live for those who couldn't join us. Maybe we'll play with that. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? And I know, Rachel, you said, can you send a request to join if you still want a little bit of support from us? I'll lead you through a little bit of guidance if that's something that feels good. And then any questions anyone has, go ahead and drop them below. That was perfect. I felt really strong. We did a little smidge of this in my yoga class this morning at the end, yoga and energy healing. And I know people had a lot come in, and then I felt even more energy tonight. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to send... Oh, you did send it. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, so for those who are still on, and this is so fun. This is kind of like our intuitive practice circle. So you get to use your intuition to help me help Rachel. So I'm going to guide her through, I'm going to see what her question is, but my guess is she probably wants help connecting or dispelling some of those. So we'll talk, and then it just will take a minute. We'll lead her into her body, and we'll all be getting the same thing. And it's so cool to see all of us on the same stream of consciousness. Jeff said the cat is his guide. I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it, Jeff. Okay. Hey, Rachel.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I'm glad I wanted to join now that I know what I'm doing.
Tell me about your experience tonight.
Okay. I had a really strong experience. In the past week, I've had a lot of problems with my dad's family, and then I've had a lot of problems with friends. And then I have had problems with an ex-boyfriend. And so the first person who came to me was my dad, who committed suicide 5 years ago, unfortunately. And he came to me And like I could see him, and I could see him in his like plaid flannel shirt and his jeans. Like when you describe your dad, it reminds me so much of my dad, because my dad was like a flannel shirt wearing, like bush beard
Midwest.
drinking NASCAR
Yeah.
driving guy,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like total opposite, but he was like my best friend. But I could just tell that he was really upset about what was going on with our family and my friends and with this ex-boyfriend. And but I didn't really get a clear message as to like how to move forward
So
with it.
he's saying that they don't see it like you do, and that he's affirming you of like that what has come to you and your decision making and beliefs in this process, that he's like, yes, Rachel, you do see the bigger picture, that he's relating his higher consciousness to what you're seeing. Is that correct?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of like, tell me if he gave you this gesture, kind of like I'm going to drop it, I'm going to hands off, back off.
It was more like arms folded, like I've had it with them and their crap.
Mm-hmm. So tap into your body. So this is the best way, because your best medium, your best intuitive, your best messenger is you and your body. So you might get messages from people who are supposed to be the best of the best, and it may or may not resonate with you. So when I'm saying things, and those who are watching, go ahead and start commenting what you're feeling, and I'm going to read things, and your body's going to go mm-hmm, or your body's going mm-mm. And so listen to that. But he, let me get back with him. He's just like, back off, like walk away. Like you see it. You see the higher picture. I actually have a situation like this in my life right now. And think about like the human part of you wants to like, no, but I like the details, the righteousness part of us, right? Like there has to be due justice. But that little minuscule, that little due justice right now is like a drop in an ocean compared to the abundance and the freedom and the righteousness that's going to come towards you. Like the ocean wants to come towards you, but like careful not to get caught on the drop of water. And his hands are like, oh, just walk off. Okay. How does that feel in your body?
It feels like just really right on for him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't put up with like drama or like any sort of like bullshit, and so I didn't really have like a physical response, but I instantly had like a mental response to that, because like I know he would throw his hands up and be like, no, like we're not acting like this, we're adults, like this is ridiculous.
Yes. And then there's a little, sorry, I was commenting to Emma, because my guidance is like Emma's hearing it, and Milana too. His like dad voice is coming in, and like with this man in your life, he's like what are you doing messing with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. But he's like inviting you into the pattern. I think this is going to get to what Milana's talking about. He's inviting you into this pattern to look at your energy and his still with some cycle. Okay, this is making sense to me now. Milana says, the lessons are loops. Have you been here before? I'm feeling it's with this gentleman. Evolution of self is decided in moments when we choose to respond as we used to or how we want to. I'm feeling like choices and boundaries. Okay. And then Emma added perspective and boundaries, throat chakra. And at that moment, Emma was typing. I was like, Emma, I was like, you need to chime in on this, because I'm gonna feel her. So does that resonate?
Absolutely. Like this has been going round and round with him for I think 6 years now.
Is there money involved?
No, there's not any money with him involved.
Yeah. Yes, throat chakra communication. I'm also getting that you have a choice, and you have to trust that you have a choice. You do. Your dad is saying that like him coming in is your answer, right? Like he might not have given you the book, but you already know what the book says.
Mm-hmm.
What's your dad's name?
His name's Ed.
Ed. Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna name Ed. Honest, direct. You're not the bad guy for saying it as it is. Yeah. And you can do it. You can say it in a way. So sometimes our throat. Yes, be bluntly honest. You can say it in a way that doesn't feel like self-righteous, right? Like you might be holding back to be like, basically, my consciousness, this is how it can sound in it. My consciousness is higher evolved than all you folks, and I'm going to back off. But you can present that in a way that isn't with ego,
Mhm.
and just let it. Remember, think about like the ocean wants to come to you. Don't focus on the drop.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Be blunt. He's like wiping his hands off, like, and we're
Yeah.
done, folks.
Yes. Yeah. My dad would be like more than overdone. Like if I were to tell him this story, if you were alive and I told him the story about what happened, he would be like, "Oh my God, no! Like we're not even talking about this because this is done."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Dad doing that exactly. Yes, and I feel him in the most like father-daughter way, wanting to like rest in like on the sofa or the bed with you and just like be there with you when we close off here.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
He's there. So I choose to feel him. That can be your invitation for him. Okay. Thank you for
I
being
feel him.
and coming on and letting us feel for you, and thank you everyone for your comments. This group is amazing, as you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Also getting that you need to protect your energy field from other people involved. Yeah.
Yes. With all three, with my family, my friends, and with this ex, like I really over the past week have gone back to last Sunday what we talked about.
I was
Like,
going to say, if you haven't seen the replay about protecting your field, go catch that. And then I posted a reel, I think it was today, that was just real quick, those 3 reminders.
okay, I'll look for that. Yeah, because
like in 1 minute, 3 ways.
I definitely, like, in some ways, the people that I feel like I can trust, I've kind of been letting in, and I've been willing to work with them through the problems. And then there's other, like my ex, where I'm like, the armor is up, this is done, and we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's time.
You'll probably always love him and always have an energy for him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That may never go away.
Unfortunately.
This is for everyone and for you, have you heard the book Soul Contracts by Carolyn Myss?
No, what's it called?
Soul Contracts?
How do you, soul contract?
Soul, like
soul, S-O-U-L.
Soul, S-O-U-L, contracts.
No, I haven't heard that. I'm an avid reader though, so
It'll change your life. And it's on audiobook free through the library too. Like Hoopla, or it's like Hoopla or Libby, one of those.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. What's it called again? Soul Contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Third time I've heard that book today. Read it, it'll change your life. You'll be like, you won't, yeah, Hilda wrote it. You won't just like feel like you got a bone with everyone after you read that. You'll be like, okay, I kind of see. Yeah, that book probably covers renegotiation, but that was huge for me. Oh my God, I need that book. Okay, let me read the last couple things that came in and then I'll let you go be with your dad. Protect yourself is what I heard in the heart space, siphoning energy vampires, literally stealing the good vibes. You owe no one anything. Third time I've heard that today about soul contracts. So yes, I would listen to that 1 minute reel about ways to protect your energy, involve healing and feeling, and then check out that book. And then I'll post this replay tonight. And then if you want to go back through this, and I make sure to read everyone's comments, you can kind of listen in again for that ding that your body will go, and that will be for you.
Okay.
So, all righty. Well, good to see you, girl.
Thank you so much. It's good seeing you.
Yes. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Let me see here. You do what you got to do to close that. I'm going to close this out for tonight.
Okay.
I think next week is Easter. Am I right? Next week is Easter. I'll let everyone know. I'll post it on my story. There's a good chance that we might skip Easter just because I'll probably be at my family's, and then you all will probably be doing things as well. But if we skip Easter, we'll be back on. Easter, I don't know. We'll feel into it. If What do you guys think? Do you think we'll be busy on Easter, like away? Yes, Jeff, it's Easter. I think we'll play it by ear. Let me know what your guys' plans are, and if you're feeling like I really need something, you can always hop on. Or if you feel like, no, I'll be with family, just let me know. We'll take it day by day. I mean, I'm always here for it. You'll be here. Okay. Maybe we'll change the time a little bit. I'll post something. We'll know. I'll feel into it for the week. I don't have a clear right now. My body's like, do it. And earlier I was like, I might need to reschedule. So we'll see. Okay. Any other questions, comments, messages? I know I get a lot of messages after nobody will be busy. Okay, we'll probably do this. Well, Mary and Jess, I wish you guys were closer. We could all. Jess' family lives a little bit, a couple hours away, so we don't always get to see them like we do my parents. But I'll post this replay right away, and then I'll hear from a lot of you. You send like messages or like actual like direct messages. Sorry, not like spiritual, telepathic messages. I love hearing from you. I love hearing what resonated, what helped, and then we will be back next week or the week after. We'll play it by ear, but plan on next week unless you don't hear from me. But yes, Soul Contracts, Carolyn Myss, and thanks for everyone for your help and helping our community. If you ever have a need, if you're like, I need to know this next step in my life, I'm confused, a situation, that's what this community is for. It's intuitive guidance, a circle for everyone to show up and connect and be supported. So, okay. All right. I jumped on late. Can I do this later when I'm home? Absolutely. Hilda, I'm going to post a replay like right when we get off. So if you are subscribed to my YouTube, I don't know what it is. It's in my Instagram bio. You can catch the replay and do this. And you might mark on the YouTube video where the meditation starts. I think we started like 15 minutes in, 12 or 15 minutes in, and you can just do the meditation part. And sitting with our guides is a practice, right? It's something that every time you do a little bit more of it, you get stronger at. So, okay, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys soon.